What are you doing?
At the moment, nothing.
You shouldn't start a conversation off camera before you go on camera, according to someone who apparently has never watched an interview show before.
Who says that?
I don't know. People that don't watch interview shows. Strange. Well, good Monday, everyone, and how's everybody doing? That's wonderful. Just gave myself a haircut. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll shave tonight, and then I'll be a new man for at least the next 24 hours. Who says that? Exactly, right? I mean, don't you guys ever, like, tune into a show and, like, the people that are talking, it's like they're carrying on a conversation, and then it's like, hey, welcome to the show. It's like, come on.
Are they laughing?
Yeah, they're laughing because I just told
Inside
a joke.
joke.
It's like, yeah, we're bringing you guys in. Bobby!
Peru!
Anyways, so we hope you guys really liked Shane coming on Saturday. I had a blast. And for those of you that were interested in why... He was never going to answer the subwoofer question, by the way, because I think it was Johnny. Or no, it was Anthony. The JL Scar question. He was never going to answer that. Like, he wanted to stab me privately underneath the counter. I would have never had him answer that because it's not a question that you ask a company guy to do.
No, why?
And especially him. He's a great guy. Like I said, I've known him for 20 some odd years now, if not longer. That was kind of a joke because he's like makes me promise him that I'm going to be nice to him on these things because he's nervous like everyone else. And then I threw him that hardball, man. And It was good. So I was never going to make him answer that because it's like how do you answer it? I mean, it's like
and it's like, why would you ask that?
Well, it's a fair question. What's the difference in like a JL and a Scar? And it's
but
like,
okay.
JL puts
if
hundreds of thousands of dollars into engineering their W7, whereas Scar doesn't. So that's really the difference.
There you go.
And that's
if you
not
work
just
from that company,
but that's not
you're
just
not
Scar.
say.
Yeah, and exactly. And that's not just Scar though. That's 90% of the loudspeaker business.
I just zip tied my fingers.
Yeah, that was dumb. What were you thinking? Jesus, man. Yeah. So, but anyways. Yeah, right? We're definitely going to have him back. No, we're definitely going to have him back.
Yeah.
He had a blast. I talked to him this morning. He had a blast. We had a good time. When he does come back, though, I am going to have him bring one of those gigantic woofers that we were talking about because I just like them. I think they're cool. So we'll get him to bring a giant woofer with us, and we can just kind of talk about big woofers and stuff like that because he knows a lot more about it than I do. What best does Alpine make? What do they make the best? Speakers and amps. Honestly, speakers and amps is what Alpine does best. Hello, Dean from Denver, Colorado. Love the live show, and we're glad you love the live show. I like doing the live shows.
Yeah,
I love doing the live shows.
These things. Yeah.
These are fun. I'm really digging the 5 minutes of 5-star. It's kind of like when we don't do one at the end of the day. It's like, man. But like anything else, we try not to just make them just us talking and whatnot. DSP with passive crossover, good or not worth it?
Yellow K car.
No, we do it all the time. Yellow K car?
That's
no. Yes, you need a crossover. Period. Whether it's just the bottom for the passive crossovers or not, you need it. So yeah, we do. I'd say a good 90% of the DSPs we put in are on a passive crossover set of 6.5s. I mean, it's nice to go full active, but it also adds a substantial amount of money to the install that the DSP, so.
Actually, he say, what Alpine it's better? Amplifier.
What is their best?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like the new ones?
The new one. I mean, I'm really excited about that new 6-channel they have coming out. They have a new 6-channel coming out.
And the 16-channel of the DSP.
Greg, 62604. It's my birthday today. Glad I could share it with you guys. And we're glad you can too. Now, as I was saying, is that we want to make sure that there's something happened or something we talked about car related, and we just so happen to have one of my favorite cars.
Oh, really?
I love this car. It's a BMW 2-door.
That's a Ford
4 Series.
428?
Now, I would love an M4, but we don't need to show that. Well, you've already seen it now. But it's a 428i, and I really love this car. And what we did to it is hop in.
I'm hopping in.
We added a backup camera to the factory system. For some reason, these cars don't have them, and he wanted one. So we went ahead and added one from Nav TV. So this is like a 2015 or 14. This is a 14. So from 14 to 15, they made this car, and Nav TV makes this little piece of fuzz. Makes a backup camera. So all you have to do, you have to pull this screen out here, and surprisingly, it wasn't too bad. So like this wood panel here, you start over here, and this just pops off. There's 2 clips here. There's 2 torque screws here, 2 torque screws here, and then this just lifts out. And then you pop this panel off here. It literally just pops off. 2 more Torx here. This thing is only like this thin. So this just comes out and unplugs with one little 4-pin plug. The radio brain is behind this. And then you pop this thing off. You pop this off. And this there again, there's like 3 clips and this whole thing comes out. And then there's a Torx here. There's a Torx underneath this. So you have to get this out. You have to get this off. This was the hardest thing to get out, by the way. This piece right here was the hardest to get out. Torx, this comes off separate, then this whole piece comes out, and boom, you get the radio out. The brain sits behind it over here in this corner, but put it in reverse.
All right, reverse is in.
And look at that. Look how wide that is. That's like an 8.4 inch widescreen. These dynamic lines are generated from the car. They're not cameras, so these are actually real dynamic lines, which is pretty cool. So this is from Nav TV, so head over to navtv.com. They make these things for pretty much all BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, Bentleys, all that good stuff. So what camera?
Is your favorite?
Well, sorry, before I finish, we are using the EchoMaster camera. Hold on, I'll get you the model number. So it's the tag cam that we use in pretty much all our installs. I love it, it's sexy. It's this guy right here, which is the black version. The cam, that's it. Now, the one thing you do have to do is you have to pull this out and you have to flip it. So this has to be the bottom, so you have to take this and flip it 180 degrees. And there is a little piece of metal you have to notch here in order to make that function. But this has to go on the bottom because on the top there's a handle and you still have to get your hands in there. So no big deal there. Fernando's a pro at it, right?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
All right. When is the LC7?
LC2i.
LC2i.
LC2i Pro. So if you guys caught the video on the LC2i Pro, I'm soon. So this is the LC2i Pro right here. We have a beta. We had to take back the LC1i. So when I went back there, I had to take that back because they had to do software updates on it. They only had 3 of those at the time, and they let us borrow 1 to shoot the video, which is really cool of them. I don't know how many 2s they had, but apparently they were cool with letting us keep it. So I was like, awesome. Now, one thing we didn't mention in the video because we didn't know at the time is the LC2i is actually going to come with the bass knob. So they're going to be shipping that with bass knob this year. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be one more reason why you're going to probably want the 2 Pro, other than it's just so much easier to work. They're not doing away with the 2, though. They're going to keep it because of the price point that it's at.
Yeah.
And this one I think is going to be a retail of $149, or it's either $149 or $129. I'm not real sure on that one. But I will find out when it's going to start shipping. I'll give Chris a call. I got to talk to him anyways, and we'll try to get a release date on that, and I'll let you guys know here in one of these videos. Speaking of videos, you know what today is?
Today?
Today, what's today?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday, so that means 6:30 Eastern Standard Time is the Facebook Live show. Speaking of Facebook Live and audio control, remember, make sure you go over and watch our YouTube trip. Jesus. Oh, man, it's Monday. Make sure you go over and watch our audio control trip and leave a comment. Because if you leave a comment and you watch the whole video, this guy right here, this could be yours. It's got everyone's name signed on it from audio control, just like at the end of the video. We're going to be giving this away in February at Knowledge Fest. We're going to pick the winner because we're going to give them to Chris, and he's going to decide who wins it. But the only way you can win this amplifier is by writing a constructive comment on the bottom, expressing how you feel about, you know, something good to say other than, bro, loved it. Like, I'm cool with saying bro, loved it, but because thank you, but that's not going to win you the amplifier. Have you ever used a wireless backup camera? Yeah, actually Amp Pack EchoMaster makes a really nice wireless camera system. The thing that annoys me about wireless cameras, unless you're doing something like a motorhome or a truck, like a trailer or something like that, for a car, they don't really make sense because you still have to get power and ground somewhere. And yeah, I get it. You could get it off the reverse lights, maybe. To me, it's just easier on a wire. Now, if I'm doing like a a pull behind or something like that, wireless makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
what's the name of the new Alpine amp? 690? Is it a 690? B690? Honestly, I don't remember. I thought it was a 690. I can't look it up right now because it's in my phone, and I'm using that at the moment for something else. But I want to say it's 690.
For third generation. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So audio control makes an amp with DSP inside 12-channel outputs for an active system. In a Forerunner third generation, we are going to install 3-way components in the front, back doors, tailgate, and subwoofer. Morale.
They don't make a 12-channel amplifier. They make a 6-channel amplifier. They make a 2x6-channel amplifier. They make an 8x10-channel DSP, meaning 8 in, 10 out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the D61200 has 6 channels of input, 2 channels of output. And that's it. They're not stackable DSPs, meaning you can't just grab one and then have one piece of software to adjust them both. That would be something more of an 810. What you may want to do just to make your life a little easier is get the LC 61200s and then get the DM810 to power everything, because then you'll have 10 channels of output. So that might be a better idea just as far as usability goes and sanity, but that's just my thought.
Do you guys still recommend the ThinkWare F70 dash cam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the
Dash
ThinkWare.
cams.
We still got like 3 more dash cams we have to film videos on because we haven't forgot. But no, I love it. Frostbite. I just saw your box right before we went live. The new one that you posted today. It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It looks awesome. Hopefully Paul finished all that crap. Anyways,
What is a good DSP for beginners?
the DSR-1.
Yeah.
I mean,
The audio control is simple.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know why I was thinking the DM608 is simple to use because it's got input RTAs, which makes it really nice.
Yeah.
Did you read Facebook, Andy all this weekend? You know that topic we've been talking about as far as how to meter a system
Right.
for voltage.
Mhm.
He really goes into that this weekend. It's really
okay.
nice. So that's Andy Waymeyer from Audio Frog put out a really good article about testing voltage output for high level to low level adapters. All right, hold on. I saw one that I really liked.
All right, Bobby say, what is your favorite classic car? What is your favorite classic car? Do you have a classic car?
What brands you guys are using the most these days? What would you think that would be?
What brand? We use a lot of Kicker.
Yes on the Focal. Question. Do we though?
Yeah, we use Kicker.
I mean, I don't
use
think
a
there's
lot.
any brand that is like outshining
like,
the other, because it's like 1 month we'll do a whole bunch of Kicker, the next month we'll do a whole bunch of audio control,
And
then we'll
then
do a whole bunch of
Alpine.
Kenwood, then we'll do a whole bunch of Alpine. So it really just kind of moves around a lot. I don't really like to. The one nice thing about carrying as many brands as we do is that we can build according to what the customer
customers.
wants.
Yeah.
So if the product, if this particular brand suits your need better than that other brand, that's the brand we're going to go with. I really don't care whose name is on the box so much as what it does and if it's going to fit the puzzle pieces we need for your system. To me, that's what matters. I mean, last week we did 2 Toyotas that turned out they were both audio control amplifiers. They're both Morel speakers because they were both gentlemen that were about the same age, and they both liked the sound of the Morel, and it just worked out that way. But that's an oddity because most of the time it's like I want Focal in this car and I want Hertz in that car, and it's just all over the board.
Right.
As far as what classic car I like, I'm not a classic car guy. I hate classic cars. I hate the smell of classic cars. I hate the work that has to go into classic cars. When I bought my Camaro, it was right after Pontiac went out of business, and I was super excited because one of my favorite cars was the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. When I grew up, one of my friend's dad had one, and he would always take us for rides in it. It was white with red interior, so it was not the gold, black, silver thing, and it was freaking awesome. So I was excited to maybe be able to purchase a newer version of that, Now there's cars and movies that I like. So, for example, I'm a big Sylvester Stallone fan amongst everything. And when he came out in the movie Cobra with the 50 Mercury in it, that was like, ooh, want that. And then I was like, I know what it smelled like, and I was like, I don't want that because it's gonna smell like old car. So I like that.
So if you have the opportunity to have a classic car, which one do you get?
I would buy a Lamborghini Countach.
Okay.
I mean, it's a classic car now.
It is.
And that's the car I had on my wall when I was a kid. I had a black one, I had a red one. They were like 6-foot posters. How many guys had that one, right? Mm-hmm. I would buy a Countach.
I would buy a Volkswagen Beetle.
That's not a classic car.
That's a total car.
Piece of garbage.
It's a classic car.
Oh, it's classic, all right.
That's a classic car.
No, I would buy a Countach. If I had the money, and I would get a Countach. I mean, because I don't think the Diablo is old enough yet to be considered a classic. But if it was, I'd prefer a Diablo. But I really would like a Countach. Yeah. I think that would be cool.
Sure.
Have you guys had? What does it say? Have you guys been hands-on with the new Rockford Prime amps? No one has been hands-on with the new Rockford Prime amps unless you went to CES or SEMA. However, that will probably change here sometime either this month or the first part of next month. So we're in line to get a sample, and as soon as that happens, then you guys will be the second people to know, because
the second people.
Yeah, because we'll be the first. You know, once it shows up,
we have it.
Yeah, that was like,
first people,
well, no, we're the first people to know. They'll be the second. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up? Where can I find a video on testing head unit voltage? Watch any one of our amp dyno videos. I'm sorry, radio dyno videos. The radio dyno videos, we did all that stuff. So I think 2 years ago was probably the last one we did, but it's the same information. You can go back and watch all that. Child of the 80s. Oh, actually, I'm child of the 70s, but I didn't know about cars until the 80s, so... I guess if that's how... Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, actually, where things matter would be the 80s, but yeah. Would I be able to purchase custom speaker brackets from you guys, have them shipped to me? So the only problem with that is, like, we're still trying to work that out as far as how that would happen. I mean, a lot of the speaker brackets you can buy already, and there's no reason to have us make you custom ones, just out of the fact of just making you custom ones. But we're still trying to figure out how we would do that, because there's so many different size variations to be had, so it just really depends
from the speaker.
Yeah, from the speaker itself. So it just depends.
Yeah.
So right now we're still trying to work out how we would do that.
It's not that hard. It's just depends on what kind of speaker
it's not hard, but it's hard.
No, it's hard.
What's the first car you installed a car stereo in when you opened the shop? Ooh. Wow.
What?
Oh man, what was your first car? Basically, what was the first car as a professional that you did? Do you remember what your first car was? I mean, it was a heck of a lot closer in your time world than mine.
That was a Mustang.
You worked on a Mustang?
Yes.
What year?
I'm gonna say that
Like
was
the bubble?
97.
So like the bubble?
Yeah, like 97. Yep.
So I had a Renault Encore.
The first one that I get.
Which actually I had a Dodge Omni was my first car. 1980 Dodge Omni was the first car I ever worked on, which was mine. But I'm trying to think.
Got paid.
I'm trying to think of when I went to AVE, what was the first car that I worked on. I know, oddly enough, what got me the job was, it was like a Thursday night at 6 o'clock, and there was an alarm that needed to be done still.
Okay.
And so I sat out back and put an alarm in a car, which was funny because how wonderful I feel about alarms. But it was me, and then Charles showed up.
Okay.
A friend of mine for years and years and years. He showed up, and kind of like helped me out a little bit, because I'd only put one other alarm in my life. And
amazing car audio.
So, but I don't remember what type of car it was. That's something. Man, I wish I did. I don't even remember what the first car other than mine that I built like a custom box and all that crap for. I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's so long ago. Is the 2015 Toyota Town & Country radio hard to replace with a 8200? I don't know. I don't know what that dash looks like. I don't think so, though.
No.
What's a good crossover point for power T1 6-inch components? I don't know the FS off the top of my head, so you just grab the FS for the tweeter, multiply it by 2, and cross it over at 24 dB. If you have to cross it over at 12 dB, I would probably multiply it by 3 maybe. You know, and then just set your mid bass top at the same, and then the bottom 80 hertz.
Yep.
So
ground loop factory radio, where do I start?
Ground loop factory radio, where do I start? Oh God. With a new radio. I don't know. I've never had that problem. I mean, you mean you're getting engine noise after the fact, like you have an amplifier and you're getting ground noise from a aftermarket radio?
I mean,
first thing, okay.
Radio?
So if that's the question, like you have a factory radio going in an aftermarket amplifier and you're getting noise, then the first thing I would do would be to unplug that, plug like a headphone jack into my phone, and see if my amp still has engine noise. But grounds, power wire, bad spark plug wires, there's a lot of things that can cause it. Bad high level to low level. Best wireless Apple Play DAC on the market, Kenwood.
The new Kenwood.
No, the current Kenwood, 996 or the 9906. Right. Those are the best, period, hands down. Kicking butt. And I've had mine in my car now for what, 3 or 4 months? 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? I don't know.
It's been killing it.
Yeah. Actually, the only problem I have with mine is the fact that I have the Alpine DSP plugged into it, and the Bluetooth on it would try to pair and screw up everything. So I had to disconnect the Bluetooth from that Alpine DSP, and that solved all my issues. You keep track of your installs. Let's say if the customer comes back someday or a year later. No, we don't. We tried for a little while. Like, we would take notes, and we still take notes depending on, like, if it's a new system, we've never worked on it before, and we find out a bunch of neat stuff about the car, we'll write stuff down. But no, I don't keep records of all the cars I've worked on. That would just be a filing nightmare.
God, yes.
But
we already know.
So here's the thing. Here's the other reason why we don't worry about that, because we have strict protocols in place that we modify, obviously, year after year, but like, things are done a specific way. Like, when you guys watch videos, you see how we do things. We do everything the same way, regardless of the equipment, the car, whatever. That way we know that it doesn't matter which car it is, it's going to be done a specific way, so that when that car comes in, we didn't do anything strange. No. It's going to be this way, and if it is strange, then we know, whoa, what the heck happened here? So we always do stuff the same exact way, regardless of car or equipment, so that we don't have to keep notes, so to speak. I know it depends, but is 100 hertz too high for a high-pass crossover?
100 hertz?
No. Depends on the speaker you're going with. I mean, you know, and what type of music you're playing and what slope you're at. But 80, 120, like the trucks this past weekend, the rear speakers in both those trucks, I think one was like 155 and the other ended up being like 130. Just because, like, what was happening on the RTA is there was this really weird anomaly that was happening between I want to say like 120 and 130, and if I just bumped up the crossover a little bit, it fixed the whole thing, and that's what a crossover can do, and that's what an RTA can show you. So it was like awesome. But yeah, it just really depends. Spinning your speaker wire together, would that eliminate noise? Yes. We always spin our speaker wire together. But yeah.
Can a remote wire be used as an accessory wire?
What? Wait, no T-clamps?
No T-clamps, no.
We're talking about T-taps?
Yeah.
No T-taps.
No
T-taps at all.
So
don't get me wrong, though. I've been doing this for 30 years. T-taps were a big part of this industry for a very long time, and there's still people that use T-taps. T-tap stands for temporary tap. It's up to you. You know, the problem with the modern car is that the wires are getting to the point where they're so thin, you don't even want to solder to them. Like in a Toyota ignition, you don't want to solder to that column. Anything. Twist and wrap. Poke, twist, and wrap. Poke, twist, and wrap. I would much rather see people get as far away from T-taps as possible and just do a poke, twist, wrap, zip tie, and tape. You don't even have to solder if you don't want to. That's entirely up to you. If you're not comfortable with it, don't. Because a poke, twist, and wrap that wire around 3 times, it's going to do just as good of a job as the solder will. But, you know, solder, as they say, is glue for copper.
All right, so hang on. Let me go back.
Have you looked at the JLC 7s? No, but Mark has. So if you want to know about those, go ahead and ask Mark.
New ones?
Yeah. Andrew.
Did they changed the new ones?
No, they because of the whole JL deal that he worked out, they sent him a bunch of C7s
we
to put in.
JL7s.
We've done the C7s. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's Fernando giving you his lackluster face, and that he really liked the Focals better.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Can you use a remote wire as accessory wire?
No, because it doesn't have enough amperage output. A remote wire is typically only an amp, maybe. Now, if you put a relay on it and you want to use it to turn things on and off, then yes, put a relay on it, like a 25, 30 amp relay on it, and then you can turn on as much stuff as you want, but it is not an accessory wire, it's a turn-on wire, which means it's a very low amperage output. If you have it to turn things on, bad. If you put a relay on there to turn things on, good. So, if that's the question. Sorry, just making a joke about T-taps, meaning you do the same thing. Yeah, no, I knew you were. It's okay. Mark and his father's car, love that guy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, listen, if JL's going to throw me a bunch of C7 speakers to put in a car, then obviously I would put them in. No, I wouldn't. And I'm not saying that because I don't like JL. I'm saying that because I have a stack of Morel stuff that I haven't put in my own car because I don't have time. But if I'm trying to work a video and I have time like he does, then yeah, I guess I would.
We don't have time.
He has Focal in his Jeep, so
yeah.
Or whoever's Jeep that is. I don't know. I mean, Focal, JL, I'm taking Focal.
Can you do a walkthrough on how to adjust equalizer? I watched your videos and still lost.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
DMX 905S.
I mean, it's super easy to get lost. I mean, the thing is okay, so somebody asked the other day, they're like, hey, you should post the RTA, the EQ curve that you did and all this stuff in the download your file and put it up for people to download from the settings we did and the last two vehicles we worked on. I'm like, why? They're not going to work in your car. You don't have a Toyota Tundra with the same Morel speakers, the same Kenwood head unit, the same power amplifier. You don't have the same stuff. That means you're not going to get the same output. Each car is different. The technique is the same, but the results will vary. So it's everything is different. So, but as far as learning how to adjust an RTA, it's not the easiest thing to do. And an EQ or a DSP, you have to have an RTA. Plain and simple, you have to have an RTA. I feel that is the tool that is differentiating the men from the boys in this industry, is that having that RTA. Now, that being said, hopefully by the end of this year, access to the RTA will be cheaper. I mean, the iTest mic is nice, but it doesn't give you the way to test the output voltage. So, like the iTest mic, perfect, love it, great, buy one. I mean, $150, it's the best tool to have.
Or Andy.
Yeah, no, you could use Andy's, and you could get the
UM1.
Yeah, you get the Audio Frog, and then you get the Educar, or just put a high-level, low-level adapter in there. Then you can use it in a car. But I want something portable and handheld, and and that's still $600, $800. So, yeah. Or just pick up a DMRTA and be everything for everybody. I mean, if you have a DMRTA, you can do anything.
That's it, yeah.
DMRTA will tell you every single thing you need to know. That is the one tool that tells you everything.
It has a voltmeter.
And they have the Pro now.
SPL.
It has everything. It has everything. And if you buy the Pro kit,
oscilloscope,
it comes with with everything in a hard case. It's pretty cool. But
I don't have a hard case. I
don't
need a hard case.
No, you don't. You have a hard head.
Well, that's besides the point.
Okay, that means something's coming in the future. Yes, of course. It is. And if it does, and when it does, it's going to be awesome. Yeah. Yes, and we have a beta of it, but we can't talk about it because it's not even a beta. I think this is like a freaking alpha. Actually, it's like what an alpha is going to turn into right now, because it's like bubble gum and zip ties. But it works freaking awesome, and it's cool as hell.
Will the Miracast setup you show an old video work on the AVH 491 VHS.
No.
It's a Miracast.
Yeah, Miracast is pretty much done.
And I'm guessing you don't have an old.
You'd have to have an old phone.
Yeah.
So the problem with the Miracast is it was only like generation 2. I think probably now they're probably on generation 20. So it was never a good thing, and it was terrible back then. You know, what you want to do is if you're trying to get your 1080 phone to appear on your 480 radio, you have the iSimple Media Links, which will get you RCA to HDMI, and then you have to have your phone that gets you something to HDMI, and that's really the only way to do it. Were you guys impressed by the Focal Utopia M's, and was it a big upgrade from the BE?
Yeah,
so we've talked about the Utopia M
and the B,
and it's not my speaker. I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't like.
It's an amazing speaker. It's just
put it this way: we're in the room, and I filmed it, but I didn't ever do anything with it because I didn't. But we're in the room, and there's 15 other guys in the room. And those 15 guys saw Jesus Christ that day. And I kid you not, they did. It was like going to a church, and there was people going, "Oh Lord Jesus, oh," you know. Us on the other hand, we were kind of just like, and I was standing like when Fernando and I go into something like that, I intentionally go the opposite direction of him so that he can get his opinion, I can get my opinion, and we can go from there. And I stood there for about 5-10 minutes. They played a couple different songs, and I immediately just walked over to the headphone side of things and put the headphones on, and just used them to kill the sound in the room because I couldn't take whatever they were given, and we had to leave. And so I was like, "What did you think?" Because K2s, that's this guy's speaker right here, lives and dies by the K2, and he just kind of looked at me and he did that same Fernando that. And I was like, okay, it just what? And I go, okay, cool. And he goes, what did you think? I'm like, yeah, it's just not my speaker. So,
but it's amazing speaker. Like,
don't
think it's like, oh my God, that's not.
No, I mean, so like hearing them in John's car, John's truck, playing Nick's music, high res into the Moscone Bluetooth module was a 180-degree shift from what we heard in that room.
And the reason probably is because the room
was wrong.
The room was wrong.
Yes, it was wrong.
The setup, everything. But
now, when we were in the class and they were playing the Utopia M 2.5s, first, so the new one versus the old one. Yeah. The old one literally sounded like someone was talking like this, and the new one sounded like that. And it was like they're doing this, and here's A, and here's B, and here's A, and I was like, wow, like that speaker sounds that bad compared to the new one, which, we always talk about Wednesday, this is the best speaker, and Thursday, this is the new best speaker. Okay, that analogy, that was out the window, because if that was the best they had, that sucked, and the new one was like, oh my God, dude, you need that one. Personally, I was like, dude, I want 2 of each, 4, and I want to make little tiny like Bluetooth speakers where I have the old one and the new one, because I feel if you played them both together, you'd get a really cool sound because they complemented each other pretty well. But, okay, so there's Dean and Fernando's thought on the Utopia M's. Do y'all like the JL VXI amps versus the audio-controlled DSP amplifiers? I don't think I can compare the two, because I could buy 2 audio-control amplifiers for what I could pay for the VXI. Now, the real question is, do I like the software of the VXI versus the audio control? And the answer to that is there's one feature in the JL software that I love, and that's being able to compare 2 EQs at the same time. Right. So I can pick channels 1 and 2, channels 1 and 5, channels 1 and whatever, and adjust both EQs actively at the same time. To me, that is like the coolest feature ever. Because when you're done and you're especially when you're doing a full active system and you're blending, let's say, the tweeter to the mid-range to the mid-bass, being able to have both of those EQs up at the same time really was cool. It was awesome. Like when we put the VXI in the Porsche with the Audio Frog speakers, like we had played with the software before because we'd done the fix, and I hadn't really used it like that. And then like that dual EQ feature is really awesome. However, on the opposite side of the coin, the DM has an RTA built into it. So when you're integrating into a factory stereo, not having to take that extra step of what this channel's signal looks like is really kind of cool, which was funny because when we were working on both the Toyotas this week, we were putting aftermarket radios in them with the D-Series amplifiers, and I'm looking at it's an input RTA, so it's actually and I'm going, dude, it's perfectly flat. I don't have to do anything. I was like, wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong RTA. Duh! Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
This best 6x9 with same series components and coaxials. Ooh, so you have the Alpine X-Type is really nice. On the affordable side, you have the Focal integration. You have the Morel, which has a ton of mid bass. Like that's like probably out of all of those, the one that plays the deepest. Like that Morel 6x9 is like it's like a little subwoofer in the door. It's pretty cool. So yeah, there's three. Have you heard the Sony 3-way components? And if so, any input? Have you heard it? Did you get to hear them?
Which ones?
The Sony 3-ways?
No.
I didn't get to hear. I mean, I've seen them. We have them in stock.
We have them in stock. And we're like close to put them in.
Yeah, we were really close to putting them in a car, and we didn't.
And we didn't.
So, no, I haven't heard them yet. Ada has. He says they're nice, but that's,
Yeah.
Why do 2-ohm and 4-ohm of the same series subwoofers need different size enclosures if it's the same size sub? They do? I mean, I only say that because most of the time they take the same airspace. I mean, there might be a small difference.
2-ohm.
But it should be the same. I'm with you. I'd have to dig deeper on that one. Oh, the best speaker under $300. God, there's so many. There's so many.
The audio control amplifier is still here.
So the audio control giveaway. All right, so here's what's going to happen. You guys are going to comment on that, and then we're going to go through, and I'm going to have Fernando, Haley, and myself. We're going to go through all the things, and we're going to pick the top 10 that we like the most. We're going to make this cool Venn diagram. And then we're going to take that list, and we're going to give it to Chris, and we're going to let Chris pick what he thinks is the best out of the best. Mm-hmm. And then that's going to happen when we're in Knowledge Fest in Long Beach, California. So that's not going to happen until probably the weekend of the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So we'll probably tell everyone when we get back on Monday.
So we'll give it away.
Yeah. So we'll give it to somebody on Monday. So, and that is like what, the 10th, 9th or 10th? There's a calendar right over here. I could just walk over and look.
10.
Is it the 10th? Yeah, so you guys will find out the 10th. So you have plenty of time to sit and watch the 25-minute video and leave an amazing comment. Because you have to remember. And I'll tell you right now, you're going to be talking to a 20-year-old girl. So
now
Haley's an easy vote to win.
I want to do it on Facebook or on YouTube.
We'll tell everyone on Monday on the Facebook show. Because I doubt we'll have time when we're there. If we have time when we're there, we'll do it. We're going to say multiple times who's won. But we'll definitely do the show on Monday. We'll drop it and say, this is the guy who won. Yay! Because we got to get his address. So, But don't worry. You won't forget. Thank you for the explanation on the depth of the focus. And you guys are legends. Nah, we're just guys. We like audio. We like a lot of audio. Thank you for advice on the 6x9s. No problem. Hey, listen, you know what? It's almost 5 o'clock. We got a little bit stuff left to do, but don't worry. 6:30, Facebook, Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back for Car Audio Talk with Dean and this guy right here, Fernando. It's Monday, which means we get to sit down, relax, kick it back, and there's no football on tonight, so... Oh, Fernando's got his new traveling shirt. Hold on, let me flip this around.
Let me show you my shirt.
So, this one is not available on Teesprings because I don't think anyone would want it, but there again, I don't know. As you can see,
this is going to be special.
This is special for Fernando. So, we got this, which is installer, and then on the back right now, it's the first shirt to have the new logo for Smash Force Productions.
Oh, my God.
Jeez. So there's the Smash Force Production logo on the back. And for those who don't know, Smash Force Production is the company that provides all this cool content for you, which is just a cool way of saying Dean.
That's right.
College football, the big game is tonight. Oh, my bad. NCAA championship.
Clemson, baby.
Oh.
I think Clemson is gonna win.
All right, well, we'll be done by 6:30. So if we start at 6:30, we'll be done by 7:30. I don't know what time the game starts, but you won't miss much of it. I want one. Don't we all? It smells so bad.
Yeah, but it looks so good.
Yeah, it smells. His isn't washed. All right, guys. Listen, we're going to Smash Force Reaction. Great name. You can thank Haley for that. She totally came up with it, not me. All right, guys, we're going to head out. We'll be back at 6:30. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. What are you doing? You're making an overly complicated fuse holder mount again?
No.
Really? No, not at all?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Show me where this one's going.
Okay. So simple.
God, I tell you, I give a kid some toys and he just goes crazy with it. All right. Oh my gosh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 rivets.
2 rivets.
Boom. It's gonna go there.
Okay.
Boom. My cable is gonna attach here.
Yep.
Boom.
Oh, and then up to this
And
nightmare
then it's gonna
battery
be
terminal.
right here. Yep.
Remember when you broke that one?
Yeah. I
God.
don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one? I remember.
I don't remember
Snapped
that
that one right in half. Thank God Cadillac had that in stock.
That was like $25.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you
Crazy.
get when you need one like now. Thank you,
Exactly.
Amazon, for carrying them. Hey guys, what's going on? It's
What's
time
up?
for fuse holder. Yep.
What's that?
Sub from Germany. Should I do all T1 components or T1 and T2 for the new Honda? I'm personally a fan of the T2 components over the T1 components. T1 coaxials are, of course, you know what but T2 components definitely are way cooler, sound way better than the non T2s.
Yeah.
So that's just my take on that. The crossovers are the same size, so it's not like you're saving. You just get a better mid-range and a better tweeter. You get a better speaker.
Yeah, T2 is different.
What's up from Kentucky?
What's up?
Sup. Hello. Got my dash kit and the rest of my supplies. All right,
There
cool,
you go,
man.
nice.
Yeah. That NASA. That's NASA engineering for the fuse holder, of course. Well, NASA, you know, they wouldn't go that far.
Well, that's the rocket. You see that? It's
No,
going
I
up.
don't think NASA put that much energy into something. That's for sure. Lots of love coming our way. Hey, that's awesome. What's up from San Fernando Valley? So we were just talking to Jeff Smith a couple minutes ago. You got your shirt?
I got my shirt.
Show the shirt. So we just got our shirts in. So Jeff stopped by to pick up his shirt.
All right, so this is the cool one right here.
This is not the Jeff shirt. This is
No, but this is
what happens when Haley is sitting around while I'm designing a shirt. And Fernando came up with a do even bro, and then Haley changed it to zip tie. So then we did the cool little. So this you can get up on Teespring, and then let's see the next one.
All
So
right.
that's that one, and then this one is also available. Seems how Jeff Smith is like number one guest. So we got. I know the Jeff Smith shirt. So this was just like the laser sign we made for him. He's got his own shirt now, and the back is my favorite.
the back is my favorite.
Back's my favorite. This is a Robert Van Hoyt. Where's my CD, Jeff? There you go, right there. Loving that.
That's it.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah, dude, they stink. They stink so bad. But those turned out really nice. DD1 and audio control clipping right light indicator did not match on my. Yeah, no, they're not. Yes, this is normal. They don't match. They're looking for different things, different percentage of things. So they both get the job done. So you're good there. How much to sound deaden a Jeep? Just pods and the soundbar. That you'd have to ask Paul. We don't do any pricing here, and I honestly have no idea because I don't want to know. But it does take time and it is expensive. Don't you love doing that soundbar?
No,
It sucks.
it sucks. It's like
Yeah.
no space.
Yeah, you
It's
got to pull it out of the Jeep and put it on the bench,
insane.
and oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, you can give it a call.
Yeah.
To Paul 727-216-6170. He will help you with that.
Yeah, you can use that LC8i as long as there's you can use an LC8i in any vehicle as long as there is under 6 amounts of input. So if it's just a front and rear output, LC6i will work fine. That's it. The one thing about the LC6i that you always have to remember is that you have main input, which is 1 and 2. Then you have 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 3 and 4 feed 5 and 6, okay? So it doesn't say front, rear, and sub specifically for that reason. So for example, if the front speaker is actually playing lower bass than the rear speakers, then you want to make sure you use the rear speakers as main and use the front speakers as 3 and 4, so they will feed the subwoofers and you'll get the most amount of bass possible. I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like magical. We got to do that LC7i. We got to do a whole series on those. Where is Fernando from originally? Mexico City, Mexico.
I'm from Mexico City.
This mother. Yep. What do we got here? Hey, Dean, you ever heard of Sound Good Audio in Nashville? Why does that sound familiar?
Sounds Good Nashville. Yes,
Is
I
that-
heard. I heard about those, but
What's Sage's place? That's not Sounds Good, is it?
maybe.
I was gonna say, isn't that Sage? I thought that was Sage.
No, but that's they're in California.
No, they're in Nashville.
Really?
Yes. Use your phone. Look it up.
All right, hang on.
I think that's Sage's place.
All right, sounds good.
I think it sounds good. I think that's them. What's up? Sometimes I need to drive down to Florida, or sometime I need to drive down to Florida from Iowa. That's a long drive, but it's been done before, twice.
Nashville?
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good audio.
Sounds good. Sounds good stereo, Nashville. Right?
Yeah, why don't you just look it up on Instagram? You're making it hard, Fernando. You're making it hard. Anyway, so what are we working on today? Might be the question you're asking, and we will get to that.
Sage.
Is that Sage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Sage. Yeah, sounds good. Nashville. That's Sage. He works. He's the guy that we always tell you to talk to if you have any questions about Focal. He works for Orca, as well as he has his own shop. And the reason why he has his own shop and works for them is so that he's their up and coming trainer, and that way he will stay relevant. He will know information, so he'll be able to be like we are, where we have the ability to work on cars and use that knowledge to help you out better.
Yep.
You should. Okay, hold on. I said something about touching. You should touch on how people need to stop thinking that they can do all their own audio installs. I'm an installer, and it's very aggravating that all these people think they know our line of work. Well, so interesting thing you should say that. Okay, so a little back history there. We'll get back to what we're working on today, but I'll address that one because that's a fair question. When we decided to go in the install bay, and that was Fernando just bugging me and saying, let's go in the install bay, let's film in the install bay. And I was like, I don't want to. And so finally when I decided to do it, it was because we're going to show you our way of doing installation, which is not the easiest way possible because we're not a slam it in, send you on your way, hey man, go. The people that want to do installs like that are always going to do installs like that, whether they're doing it professionally and whether they're doing it DIY style. There's no stopping that, okay? Because more than likely that guy that's working at the install shop, that's how he learned how to install, meaning he started slamming stereos in his buddies' cars and his friends' cars, and eventually he got a job working at a place. And because it's not like he woke up one morning and said, what am I going to do for a living? I'm going to be a car stereo installer. Let's go learn how to do that. No, he was doing it. And then if he went to a place that's all they did, which we have around here, that's how we get the good 911 videos, then he never changed. He never evolved. Okay, so there's really no difference between him and a DIY installer because that's all he ever became. Now he's just getting paid for it and doing crappy work. So for people like us and possibly you that we have a certain amount of work ethic and we want things to look a certain way and we do a certain thing, well, those customers are going to seek us out. The ones that don't want to do it themselves, they want the best job possible. It's our job, meaning the installer's job, to get our message out to the consumer and say, hey, look, this is how this is supposed to professionally be done. When we're filming videos, we show you that. We will also go, hey, look, if you're going to do it yourself, these are the tools you can use, but if you're a professional, you should be using these too. So, like, we'll pull out an RTA and we'll use an RTA, but then we'll also show you ways that if you don't have an RTA, you can do it. Now, if you're a professional installer and you don't own an RTA or the shop you're at doesn't own an RTA, you really need to rethink that thought of being a professional installer because you're not. You're getting a paycheck, but you don't have all the tools to do your job correctly. You could argue that all day long. And now, you can get an RTA for a laptop from Andy for $20, or I'm sorry, $200. $200. Any owner should be able to spend that much money to buy a tool for their store.
And right now they become more accessible.
And dude, we have guys that come in that are DIY guys that have just as many tools as I have. You know, they got a laser, they got a DMRTA, they got every Steve Mead tool there is. So this job, yes, just like putting in a water heater, those guys, every plumber out there probably says the same thing. These guys go to Home Depot and they think they can put a sink in, and they call me after the sink's leaking and all this other garbage. Every profession has it. It's just, we're not that special.
No, we're not.
So all we can do is do the job what we do the best job possible. We post up our pictures here on Instagram. You get people to follow you. You talk your speech. You shoot your wad every time someone walks in the door. You give them your speech. You show them your work. And that's that. I mean, there's nothing more you can do. Now, the reason why I took the time to talk about this, because if you are a professional installer and you're going to Long Beach Knowledge Fest, the class we teach is called the Digital Business Card. And the idea behind it is how to use this stuff right here, video, to get your message out to the consumer and show them who you are, what you do, and make the right videos so that you then can show these guys in your town that, are a bunch of DIY guys tearing the cars up, or shops that are tearing the cars up. Because I'm not picking on DIY guys. There's some DIY guys that I absolutely worship the work that they do, and it's very impressive. It's not what I mean. You know who you are when you're bad. So I don't have to. We're not breaking that apart here. And there again, that whole amateur professional conversation is the dumbest thing ever, because the only difference between an amateur and a professional is an amateur is somebody who does it for fun, and a professional is somebody who makes a living doing it. That doesn't mean that a professional is any good. It's just that's how he pays his bills. So
sometimes,
trust me, I feel that whole side of that.
Yep.
And I started out as DIY. I mean, that's how I got my job.
All right, Mundo Glass, do you love when people bring the cars half torn apart and say it should be easy? I started for you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I roll my eyes like Haley does to me. I go,
oh, and when the people come and says something like that, oh man, I'm sure it's gonna take less time, right? No, it's gonna take more time, because now I don't know what screws you took.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Where do you put it? Exactly like you say.
Well, it's just like last week, which hasn't made it into the recap yet, which is going to be tomorrow's video. Will be the 5 minutes 5-star recap video that we didn't put up Monday because we put up a installer diaries. Anyways, we did the LED lighting in the Toyota, and it was like, okay, so we have to make this 100% serviceable. We have to make sure all these parts come out. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it in a professional manner, which means we had to put in all those plugs. We had to secure all the wiring in. We had to do everything very difficult. I built my first component. Listen, man, he's over here telling us about
Who?
Brian.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean Brian.
Like I said,
pro,
Brian,
man.
You're a pro, okay?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah,
Brian comes to me and he goes, "Hey man, I need to run wires in the door of my Kia. How should I do that?" And I go, "You're gonna have to take your doors off."
Okay.
And he goes, "Okay." And then he comes back and goes, "I got my wires in. You want to look?" I'm like, "Yeah, you took your doors off?" "Yeah, I made this cool jig where, I unscrewed my door and it caught it and I just slid it away and then I put I'm like, you go, Brian, you go.
Yeah.
And then he comes back, guys, made new door panels too while I was at it.
New door
I was like,
panels, everything. He did it.
Oh, and I crawled underneath and ran my 0 gauge with my Home Depot covering, and I took pictures. So you want to see my pictures? As he pulls out his Bible and sets it onto the counter, and it's got every picture of every zip tie he's put in the whole car.
This big,
yeah.
bro, like this big.
Yeah, because he competes Iasca. Yeah. So no, like I said, nothing to take away from DIYs.
UK. What's up, guys?
What should a consumer look for? Oh yeah, okay. So there's it. What should a consumer look for at a shop to indicate it's a decent one? Okay. So that is a wonderful question that we get asked a lot, and there's a lot of thought we've put into that. Like, how clean is the store? How, is it functional? How do they treat your stuff? So a few things, like we cover your steering wheel, we cover your seats, we inspect your car, we put time into it before we get going to make sure that we know what we're getting into. That approach is nice. I feel like a non-rushed approach, meaning when you're talking to someone, they're just not like anxious to get your keys. You feel like you've had a good conversation with them. It's kind of like when you go out to eat and you ask the waitress and you're like, "Hey, is this any good?" She goes,
"What do you recommend?"
She goes, "Yeah, that's not bad." It's like, that's a sign right there. You don't want the fish. Whether she likes fish or not, she just kind of gave you that half-assed answer.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I'm a big fan of Instagram. If there's a shop or an installer out there, I don't know any installer that doesn't have an Instagram page.
I don't think so, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So for all these guys, they're like,
"Oh,
hey,
Bobby, that hurt."
can you recommend me something in the area of Nashville or California or Georgia? Just go to Instagram, man.
You know, because we're all every car stereo guy likes a pat on the back. Okay, any professional that does something that they're proud of, they want a pat on the back. Instagram has turned into that. Like, Instagram will allow you to put up a picture of what you've done, and instantaneously you'll get a pat on the back. Someone says, "Dude, that's awesome." Yeah. Okay,
sometimes that's not even good,
and it's not even good.
They
but
still post the
you know,
pictures.
you can go to Instagram and you can look at their pictures and see what they've done. And if they don't put pictures up, and the excuse is we're too busy, no. I don't know, man.
You use social media stuff.
I don't know.
Man.
I mean, it happens, but you know, I don't know.
I mean, come on.
I don't know. I feel like everyone that does amazing work always wants to put it up on Instagram. So I mean, we're no different.
Like I say, not even if you do an amazing work. You're just installing something and you want to put it on.
What's the best way to do a 2008 Cadillac CTS going audio control LC6i?
LC61200.
Best way? You mean as far as integration goes? Ooh, off the top of my head, I don't know because there's a bunch of different ones. So there's three different versions of that car. So you'd have to know which one it is. Yeah. So, check in from NAMM show in Anaheim. Oh, hey, what's up?
Anaheim.
Goofy guy stopping in, a creepy guy stopping in.
Alright, hang on.
From Electromedia. Oh, hey, what's going on,
hey,
man?
What's up?
Oh, no, so he's checking in from the NAMM show in Anaheim. Lance is there from Electromedia.
Oh.
Lance Doss, the boss.
Same audio control amplifier source light indicator on a 28 off a 35 on the Kenwood deck. What to do here?
Oh no, hold on. I like this one, Bobby. Now, okay, Bobby, I'm gonna have to throw this one at you for a minute and be like, I don't know about that one. So it says you go into a shop and it smells like pot. You immediately turn around and run away. First off, you're in California. Everywhere you go in California is gonna smell like pot. Secondly, we have a barber shop that's next to us, and about 3 times every day they decide that it's 420 and they take care of business. And I don't care how far down they go, they always go upwind. And because our door's open, it always blows in the back door, and we'll be working, and it's just like, oh, man. Because, there again, if you choose to smoke pot, that's on you. Work it. You know, I'm that guy. I don't smoke pot. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. That's my life choice. Your life choice is your life choice. So, you know, but it's like that is the one smell. Like, I don't even mind cigarette smoke as much as I can't stand the smell of that. Oh, it just drives me crazy. Yeah. And that's just me. That's okay. Like I said, if you do it, you do it. I hold no grudges. I don't judge. I don't. It's all you. It's your life, man. All right. Party on, bro.
No.
But anyways, so that smell might not always be the fact. Plus, it also depends on too. Like, I'll walk over to the showroom and I'll walk in the door and I know which customers just left, and I'll be like, okay, and it's like, dude, crack a window.
I don't have windows, man.
Because it's bad.
All right. Same audio control amplifiers, source light indicator on a 28, right?
Okay.
Off a 35 on the Kenwood deck. What to do? I'm kind of confused. I'm guessing it's clipping a 28.
Yeah, so it's turning on at 28. Sounds like there's something set up wrong.
Right.
Because it's a Kenwood radio, so it should never. There is no.
Make
clip.
sure in the Kenwood radio the EQ is flat.
Well, no, even still, like when we were doing those, they weren't flat, and we never got any clip light. I don't know. There might be.
Kenwoods always go.
There might be something weird because Kenwood should be able to turn up. Yeah, well, bass boost will do it. It will. Because it's one light, so the one light goes for all 3 channels. Right. Which is kind of weird.
So check the Kenwood settings.
Where's the weed at? Exactly. Hertz DSP, any good? Yeah, I mean, Hertz DSP is the Audison Light. So, yeah, it's perfectly acceptable DSP. It's a good price point. If you want to go one step up from that, check out the Nove from Audison. If you just want things to match, then obviously go with the Hertz. Otherwise, if you like the whole family of things, because Hertz Audison, same company, check out the Nove. It's a little bit nicer, a little bit better. Better and nicer descriptions of the operating system, okay? So that's it. Other than that, they're both phenomenal DSPs. Cool, right? All right. I have 2 amps, JL 1005, 1001. What can I do with the 5th channel? Oh, I know, right? That's tough. Not really much because it's actively crossed over, so it's not like it'll pay full range.
Well,
So
I mean, the 1005, I think is 500 watts on the 5th channel.
that's what he's talking about. What do you
Right.
do with meaning he's got a sub amp now. He has a 5 channel with nothing to do with the 5th channel.
Right.
So it's just kind of like,
I know probably this is a waste of money, but I would get a 500 watts, and if you have 2 subs, I would put 501, 501.
no, he's got, what's I'm saying, he's got a 5 channel and he's got a mono block 1000.
Right, yeah.
So he doesn't need that 5th channel. The 1000 is powering the subs. The 4 channel is powering the highs. The 5th channel ain't doing nothing. So there's nothing to do with it.
Right.
There's nothing there. It's like if I have a Q Class 1005 and I put a 1000 on that, or a PDX V9 and I hook up there's nothing to do with that channel because you can't use it to run a center channel. You can't do anything with it. It's like having the TV VCR with the broken VCR. So yeah, there's really nothing you can do with that channel. I mean, at the end of the day, personally, I would sell it and buy a 4 channel because you could probably get some decent money for it. Hey, from Brazil, what's going on?
What's up?
In Americar.
Americar, I like that.
Front sub. Yeah, there you go. Front sub. Put a sub up in the kick panel. Do some imaging. That'll really bring that front sound forward for sure. Take the Febreze and spray the entire room. Makes it all better. No, it doesn't. It just makes it smells like weed and Febreze.
Yeah, now it stinks more.
What's a VCR? Oh, good one. Dang. Wow. Hey, this is called gray hair, all right? And it just keeps coming back. All right, guys. Hey, listen, that was it for today. That's 5 minutes. Thank you so much.
Go back to work.
Definitely do a front sub. We got to get back to work. Oh, we didn't get to talk about real quick. Here's what we're working on. So we're working on this GMC Denali. That's what Fernando's putting that fancy fuse holder in. We're just finishing up. We went with brand new Kicker KS components up front here into the factory locations. We were able to get the tweeters up behind the factory grills. A little modification there. Perfectly nice. We went with the KS 6.5s here in the back. Hold on, let me see if I can do this with one hand. Oh, probably not going to be able to. Hey, Fernando, give me a hand for a second.
Just one hand?
Yeah. So you got to come around this side because you got to grab this lever. So for power, we went with the 9105 Kenwood Exelon amplifier to power everything. So this is it right here. The reason why I chose this amplifier as opposed to any other amplifier is that of this feature right here. All the wires are on this side of the amplifier. And I know in this car, this panel here is what we use. And all the wiring goes into this cavity here. Power wire comes out this side here. Speaker wire, we pulled this seat out of the car and ran the speaker wire up the center here and across and up and around into the dash. So it's totally separated. Not trying to fit all that wire down here, that would just be silly. As you can see here, the ground is still left to do, but we have the power wire all braided up and going forward along with the bass knob. He hasn't even cut these yet. Now, as far as the crossovers go, Fernando, okay, these are gonna be hard to see. Fernando went ahead and made this really overcomplicated mount, but you can see those wires right there. So it's attached into the car there. There again, used our twisted wiring. You know, we use solid colors, and then they run into here. So because it's passive, we ran new wires to the tweeters. Now, the one thing with this is he already had the stereo in here. He has an RP5 GM31. And because we're removing the Bose amplifier, we still need to get our chimes back. So we're going to integrate the RP5, take the front outputs that are not going to be doing anything, and connect them up here to this center channel speaker. And that will get our chime coming back through this as opposed to these here.
And also it's because we're retaining.
No, we're not. We're not going to use those.
This one?
No, they're not going to. Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you were pointing
no.
We have to keep the RP5 because he has this silly thing here. So I know. So, my bad, bro. My bad. I thought you were pointing to the rear speakers. What's an 8-track? Ooh, I still got an 8-track. I like my 8-track. Got a Kiss, double platinum. Got one of the double platinums. Anyways, that's what's going on in this truck. We're out of here, back to work. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye. We're not gonna show.
What?
You're not gonna show this?
No, we can't show that. No, we can't show that. Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Thursday. Look how wide this is. Look at that, man. So I bit the bullet, bought the new Max 10 plus. I don't know, the thing with the 3 cameras in the
11
back.
Pro.
But look at that. Look how far apart we can get now.
Still
This is perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's but this is and I can use it as a tax write-off. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's Thursday. Okay, so the reason why there's no video this morning is because I bought this phone and today was going to be the Instagram Live. So actually when we're done with this, I'm going to start posting it. So probably by 4:30, 5 o'clock, you'll have that hour-long podcast. So it'll be just in time for you to pop it in and drive home and listen to some... Oh, we have a knock at our door. Listen to some talking. Who could it possibly be? Oh, that looks like
guys.
Bill. Hold on.
Hey guys,
What do you have?
I got some CDs here from the Ayahuasca CDs.
Look at
I
that.
was just over next door getting a massage, if you know what I mean. So I figured I'd come over and spread some
I don't think they know what you mean.
Oh, okay.
So you got some leftover Ayahuasca
I
CDs?
do.
All right, so we
1,
got
2, 3, 4,
5 of them.
5.
All right, so we'll come up with a cool plan to give those away.
We'll put it to good use. I want people to make their car sound great.
Yeah, and look at the cool brand that's on it.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple here.
Yeah, Morale, Kenwood.
These are all good.
Yeah, those are the brands.
go.
Did you see the new Virtus mid range?
I did, but I haven't actually got the hold one yet.
I know. I didn't even know he.
The
They were
2.5,
so talking about
the
the
2.5.
Elates
Mhm.
that they didn't even mention that.
Yeah, they have a new tweeter and they have the new 4-inch.
Oh, the 4-inch, yeah,
carbon
4-inch nanocarbon.
collections.
That's
That's
cool.
what I want.
But the I don't know. That's 2.5. Supposedly it's 2.5 now. That's gonna be a 2.5.
Oh yes, the small.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it comes with the 3-way set.
I don't know,
so
but that's
it's
gonna
just
be
like-
great because like in a Toyota, that's gonna be a dream come true.
Yeah, I can't wait to get.
Because
my
like
hands
the
on this.
3.5 now is just a little too big. You gotta
Yeah.
kind of do
Lower
one of
it
these
down.
things.
Yeah.
But the
Nice.
2.5 is just gonna drop into place.
Yeah, lots of good things coming up, man, from all of the brands that I know I represent, and I saw some of the cool stuff that other people have. But we won't
You
talk
didn't
about that.
learn anything more about the floating screen Kenwood yet, right?
I did learn.
I know you
that-
sent me the PowerPoint, and I haven't had a chance to
Well,
look at
it's
it
not
yet.
in there.
Oh, it's,
I'm going to Kenwood here in a few weeks,
yeah.
and I will see what I can find out.
Are you gonna? Did you figure out? So as you guys know, we're gonna be in Long Beach,
The LBC.
the 6th, and then the 7th, 8th, and you're going over there earlier than that.
Yeah, like the day before. Like
Like
I'll be there
David-
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, at Kenwood.
So maybe Thursday night. Hey, if you got, well, you guys are probably doing stuff, but that'd be
Yeah.
cool if we could catch up Thursday night. But I'm not gonna
Yeah.
hold my breath. I totally understand.
Yeah, it's literally probably we're going to be maybe 8 miles apart, if that.
Yeah, but
Oh,
8
wow.
miles in California might as well be.
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might as well be the
Really?
other side of the
Crazy?
country. Oh, you kidding? If you can't walk it, no, it's
Especially at rush hour, it's crazy. I know we went from Long Beach to Orange County to go down to Addison last year,
Oh, forget that.
and that was like literally a 3-hour drive. We just went to the bar and hung out until traffic.
Yeah,
you
like
know.
that trip we're making to the Peterson is probably going to take us an hour to get there. It's
At
only
least,
like
but it's
15.
gonna be
It's only
worth it.
15 minutes away, but it's going to take us an hour to get there. Anyways,
that is the coolest car museum you'll ever see.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
But so then what we'll do is if we don't get a chance to hook up with you while we're over there, then when you get back, we'll definitely get with you. Maybe we'll have you on the show, and we'll just do because by then we'll know. By the middle end of February, we'll know all the new. We'll know everything new.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we'll just get you on. We'll do a Monday or a weekly show or something like that where we can just do like all your brands, CES, all the 2020. We won't even call it CES. We'll call it the 2020 stuff.
the good stuff.
Yeah. So all your brands we'll just talk about, and so that'll be Kenwood, that'll be Morel, that'll be Rockford, Audison Hertz, JBL, Infinity.
Yeah.
What am I missing? Oh,
Dual, Sarah Jensen.
are we still doing WaveTech?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Wave Tech.
All right. So.
Lots of good brands.
Yeah, so we'll find out all the new stuff there, and I'll get your competitor on and we'll talk to him.
Oh, yeah. I know that guy too.
Yeah, how could you not? Jail didn't do anything new this year, so we talked with them. We actually reached out, thanks to Mike, his boss, Jackie, put us in. We talked to Ed Meenan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and which I got to get back to Ed. He wants us to email him some stuff. But no, we talked to Ed of JL, and he was like, "Yeah, no, we don't have anything that we're doing. They don't do it anymore. Rockford doesn't do it,
Rockford does SEMA.
Yeah,
You'll
so
see
everything-
come
you're right.
from SEMA.
So
Which is going to be a trend. You'll start seeing that happen more and more because less people are going to CES because now it's just like Bluetooth
Yeah.
thermometers.
And
stuff
JL
like
did
that.
do a bunch last year, and a lot of companies did a bunch last year. I mean, when you look at the Japanese companies, they constantly do new stuff every year, which is fine. So we get that. And the products that I think, obviously you're getting all new radios, and then hopefully they add in the radios that we're missing. It's really the speakers and amps that's the cool part. So we have the new high-res Kenwoods.
New high-res Kenwoods.
With 150-watt power handling.
Yeah, and new subs that'll handle the 500
So
watt
they say rock for any new amplifiers?
That's going to be all the Prima.
No.
Prime.
Yeah, Prime amplifiers. There's
Ours.
probably 8 or 10, which could, there might be something cool coming up.
So is the whole line of Prime is redesigned?
Yeah.
Yes, on the amplifiers, yes. So, which they're beautiful amplifiers. They're some of the nicest amplifiers that they've come out
they
with,
look
so.
pretty good.
No,
They look good.
I love it. Optical for Kenwood? Slow it down, man. Slow it down.
Hey,
we might get HDMI back, though, on one of them.
A couple of the big screens will have.
HDMI. They put that on the board, so we might have HDMI back on the big floating.
Every time we bring optical in, then nobody buys it, and then we take it away, and everybody wants it. So it's kind of it's that love-hate relationship with that particular. But we are giving you a wireless.
It's
called LDAC.
there's no way they
Oh,
can
yeah,
make
that's right.
like an optional like block, no.
Yeah, but we have it's going to have LDAC now.
Yeah,
so that'll be cool.
Wirelessly wirelessly stream from your phone on Android only, and take it up to a gig per second.
Yeah.
So you don't have to plug in those high-res files.
Yeah, but Apple will still sound good too. It's going to sound better.
Yeah.
Because I've heard Apple over high-res stream, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, the Apple stuff's good. I mean, you'll just have to do it differently. But who knows? We're also going to be doing Apple mirroring, wired mirroring.
Wired mirroring, yeah. So through USB.
Yes.
I'm anxious to see that too.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
So you're going to really have to pay attention when they're teaching you that, and make sure you walk up and do hands-on.
You always pay attention.
Well,
man.
walk up and go, put this in my hand and show me how you use it, because
I
that's
had that one little incident. That
anyways, because that's going to be the one thing people are going to go, how does the mirroring work?
Yeah. It's hopefully it's just plug it in and it works.
I know.
There'll probably be an app to go along with it.
Yeah, something.
It's an app for everything.
I pair my Bluetooth and it doesn't work, man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like CarPlay and Android Auto. Everyone just thinks it's just gonna. Can I watch YouTube videos? No.
Yeah, it's not designed that way. Yeah, and we'll have to have our emergency brake on whenever you're watching videos.
Well, of course. Yeah, that's not even a topic you bring up. So the idea is, yes, it'd be nice to have optical out of the head unit to go on the DSP, but what would be even better is forget optical out of the radio. Just build in a DSP into the radio, or a port where you can expand out to a DSP would be a much better option, using something like the AR technology or the RR technology, where you could just port into a radio and then just have the unadulterated, forget Toshlink, just have the actual signal just go into anybody's our DSP and control it from the face of the radio.
Just say that,
yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, we do. That's a pipe dream, boy. Woo! You could smoke that one.
Out the clear blue.
You talk about Kenwood, look what we're selling.
Hey.
Yes,
Check
Kenwood.
that out.
Kenwood.
Sam.
Wow, good segue, Fernando. And would it be because you've managed to line up all the CDs? Because you're over here.
Look at that.
Look at Fernando over here going.
I covered the rest.
Oh, look
at
at you. Yeah.
Just for that.
Yeah, and that's
nice.
Everyone's favorite 5-channel amplifier, and I say that with just. So it's like, I love this amplifier dearly. It's perfect size, perfect power, and everyone freaks out about the screw-down terminals. And I'm like, really? And everyone's, it's not $19.99 anymore. And I'm like, dude, $19.99, we were lucky to have anything.
And the 6x9s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Components going in here.
XR90, 900. Yes, I like that one, too.
Our new high-res speakers are going to come in boxes like this now. So you'll be able to open it up and everything's there.
Versus
trying to squeezing out the box and then trying to shove it back in there and it rips the other side. Not that I've ever done that, but
No. This is Bill Freeman from MAG Sales. He is our rep. He brought by the Iasca CDs that we're gonna figure out some giveeway to do. He's our rep for Kenwood, Rockford, Morel, Idata, Hertz, Audison. So he does half of our lines, and then we have another guy that does the other half of our lines. So it makes things real easy.
We're the same age, actually.
Are you guys?
Yeah, the same birthday. We haven't figured out which one of us is older yet.
You guys have the same birthday?
Same birthday, same year. It's like hours apart.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh
funny.
my God, that is weird.
So whoever gets there first, we call each other old man. So it's
So how old are you?
50.
Okay, that's good enough. All right, you win.
Yeah,
You win.
Been doing this a while.
Yeah, we all have. But you're older, so you win. You have more gray in your beard.
I have a lot of gray in my beard. Look at that.
I know,
I don't like that phone.
the whole time you're sitting there going,
I know,
God,
it's like,
dang,
wow.
man. I gotta hit Walmart. I shaved this morning, so it looks less. But you're sitting there going, I gotta hit Just for Men on the way home, and like,
Didn't work up here.
yeah, no, that just burned it out.
This will be all gray if I did. So.
So my buddy just got a 2019 F250, and I show him a box you recently finished. Any interest in selling the pre-cut parts for the box or selling it as a whole? If you're looking at are you talking about the actual box that we put in the car? The last one we did, we used a Frostbite box, which is definitely cool. You might want to check those guys out.
Cool. Frostbite.
Yeah, Frostbite. That's these guys right here. Hold on. I got a Frostbite enclosure, so they make it really nice. They're the one that did the box and the 210s T2 boxes and the Raptor. So
That's it.
Cool. Well, I've got to get across that bridge.
Yeah, go do
before
something.
traffic,
thank you for the
gets a bit long.
CDs.
Anytime, guys. I mean, make sure we do something really cool. I want these guys to.
They're not going to have to work hard.
Nah, but juggling something cool. Videos of something cool. Maybe your car. Send a video.
Whoa. Yeah, slow it down, man.
Okay.
Slow it down. They don't want to work hard.
Yeah, but they take pride in what they got.
The triple subported. It was a force. I don't know. Did we do a triple subported? What did we do? You'll have to give me. I don't remember doing a triple subported. We did a 4-sub. I don't remember doing a triple. What's a good crossover point?
We definitely
for
gonna do
factory
something
center
cool
channel
with the CDs.
speaker. 350 is usually where I like to start, but at 24 dB. Do you know the Q factor of the EQ bands of the audio controlled DSP amps? No, I don't. I don't know that. I'd have to ask Chris. I tell you what, though, since we're going to be seeing Chris in a couple weeks, we can talk to him then. Mm-hmm. But they don't do audio control anymore. They do Wavetech. So thanks for stopping by, Bill.
Did it for 35 years.
I know. Thanks for stopping by.
Awesome. No problem. See you guys.
See ya.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
For the CDs.
Party on, Wayne.
Anytime. Party on, Garth. Until next time.
Are you going to be in Long Beach Knowledge Fest? Yes, we're going to be there. We're going to be there doing classes, teaching classes, and then just hanging out. So Thursday we're going to do a live show from the lobby. Do you remember what hotel we're going to be in?
Nope, you have the confirmation.
I know, I forgot already. Anyways, we're going to hang out, do a meetup and whatnot there in the hotel. There again, I'll have all that information for you. I think this Saturday I'll get it all lined up. Yeah, I'll have everything. I'll have everything that we're going to do on Saturday. So if any guys are in the Long Beach area and want to stop by on that Thursday, you can.
How about downloading a version of the CD? Not everyone has a CD player.
So the reason why we're not going to do that is because Ayaska is a small company and they know who we are. And if we made that available for everyone, we would get in trouble because it's paid for content, copywritten,
Correct.
and I don't need the headache. So that's why we won't do that. Now, feel free, if you win a disc, to have a buddy do that for you. Just finished watching the full Raptor build. Just wanted to say thanks for showing all the back-end work. It bugs me when shows make it look everything went perfect the first time. Oh, God, no. We love showing. We love showing when things don't go well. Yeah, I mean, how could you not? I mean, this is the real world. This isn't easy. There's nothing about the. I mean, there are certain things that are easy, but most of it's quite difficult. So, you guys got sub boxes for 2011 Toyota Tacomas. Which one is that?
Tacoma.
Is that the little one or the big one?
Like the little one.
The little one. So what we do on that is we use. So we do two things. What are you clicking over there? Stop clicking that. Jesus. We do two things. Foxbox makes a box for behind the seat that you remove all that cargo area and you can fit two huge woofers back there and pound. Victor, who's on here, has one of those and loves it. And then we like to do the Kicker Comp RT 110 truck box. It has 110 and a passive radiator. All you have to do is router off the little lip that's at the bottom of the passenger side cargo tray. And of course, for all of those, you have to remove those plastic covers on the back of the seats. Johnny's in the house. What's up, Johnny? Loud and clear, Wiley, Texas. Hey, guys, busy day in the Bay today. What are y'all doing? What do you got going on? Actually, we've had a pretty busy day too. This is the hopefully the last car we're gonna be working on today. We gotta try to get this finished up because we got another busy day tomorrow. What we got going on here is a Jeep Cherokee, not a Grand, just a Jeep. What it's getting is this 5-channel amp right here. It's getting a set of the 6x9 three-way gimmicks where you get the 6x9 mid bass, you get a 3.5-inch coaxial, so you get a nice 3-way set. Goes up in the front of this guy. He has Fernando we had to stop what we were doing, but he's getting that soldered up right now, so that'll all be in place. We already have the 6x9s in here, and we're also doing the Amp Pro. So this has the 8-inch touchscreen, but it does not have the amplified system. But with the new version 2 of the Amp Pro, that is the APCH41, we should be able to get 6-channel preamp output out of that factory ready to go into here. What we were doing before we went live was doing the 2 sleep cycles that the car needs in order to reprogram the radio. So now we're going to go forward and check that to make sure it works. Now, if you have one of these cars and you want to do these, we do have a video showing you how to do that. Or at least how it works, so you can have somebody else do it for you, whatever works for you. Very nice, very nice. We try. All right, guys, listen, that's it. We're going to come up with some cool way to give these CDs away. We'll figure it out, and we'll let you know. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day. And like I said, sorry the video didn't go out this morning. We got the new phone, so we got it's nice and wide. Look how wide that is. I hope it sounds good. We'll find out tonight. Anyways, I'm going to hang up with this. I'm going to post today's video is the 5 minutes with 5-star recap show. So it's all last week's fun. So you'll have it to listen on your way home as a podcast. Enjoy. Have fun. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey, look at that. It's Friday. What are you doing?
Doing my homework.
Yeah, I see that.
You
Oh, you're
know?
finally switching out the going from the
I don't
old to
want
the new.
man.
Well, you don't want to?
Because
It's got all those
it
stickers.
has all the stickers. Look, warning.
I think it's time.
I love this sticker because that was my first audio system.
Audioban.
Audio bond.
Yeah, now you can get drugs with him.
That's why I don't want to give up.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, all right, whatever works.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the end of the day Friday, which, you know, yay for some and not for us.
Right. No, well, for today, yes.
So here's the rub. So I had to order in some 1/8-inch. I was out of 1/8-inch blue heat shrink, so I ordered a bunch of. Hey, Steve. I ordered a bunch of 1/8-inch heat shrink. Where'd you put it? So apparently I ordered, what, 500 feet?
Mm-hmm.
I ordered 500 feet of 1/8-inch blue heat shrink, not realizing, like, I thought it was going to come in 500. No, it came in 500 feet of blue heat shrink. Holy God. Yeah, I know, right? Jeez, oh, man. And I ordered 500 feet of...
But this is fine.
Which I thought I was going to get 5 rolls, but I got 500 feet. So we had to
They
come over
normally
here.
come in this style.
Yeah, they come in these.
This
So I thought
style.
I'd get 5 of those. But
So-
no, I got, yeah. So
Because
Fernando
this is
just had to
500.
roll off 100 and I had to roll off a bunch of that. So,
So because we have
yeah.
500 in here.
Yeah, so, well, apparently we're not that cool. They didn't feel like doing that. So, we got done
I need
early.
my W2, man, because I was working in there. I
Yeah?
was rolling.
You're rolling it up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're like, all right, well, we got done like 20 minutes early, so let's get this done. I was at the stoplight cranking the bass, and my electronics turned off for a second. What can I do to fix this? It's 10 degrees. Oh, wow, that's, whew.
Wow. That's crazy.
Just make a lot of Chinese fingers. Yeah, no doubt. Honestly, I don't know what would cause that. That's one of those things where you really can't guess. You got to get in there and take a look at it. How can I tune an audio control DQ61 and an epicenter? I'm having problems. Do you have any form of an RTA? The iTest mic is a good place to start to see what's going on. If you're just, or, you know, a phone with an external, you know, you need an RTA. That's the easiest way. What zero gauge ferrules are you guys using? The ones that, okay, so for zero gauge ferrules, we're actually using Stinger. So Stinger sells ferrules now. So any one of your Amp Global Stinger dealers can order you a bag of Stinger ferrules. Hold on. I have them right here. You know, if you can't find one in your area, you could always call Paul. I'm sure he would ship them to you. So they have. Here you go. So they come in a bag. This is the part number. They just happen to be on top. So it's the SPTF0125 zero gauge fuse holders. And the nice thing about the Stinger is they come with the Stinger heat shrink. We don't use that obviously because, you know, we have our 5-star stuff and we just give it back to Paul and he sells it over the counter. But these are them here. But they make zero gauge. They make all the sizes. So they have all the sizes now in bags of 25. So like here's, what are these? These are 4 gauge. The 4 gauge are sleeved on the end. The 0 gauge are the only ones that aren't sleeved. So yeah, there you go. That's what we use. Wow. Okay. Hang on. Let me get caught up here. Have you used an RTA for iPhone from audio control? Yeah, we use the iTest mic. We use the iTest mic all the time. But they have the new one that's for Android or your computer or anything like that. Hey, from Russia, what's going on? It runs fine when it's warm out, but it could be the battery. It definitely could be the battery. So yeah, there's the iTest mic. Hold on, let me see it one more time. So there's the iTest mic. You have this. Fernando put some braided on it. There's a little lightning connector. You use the Studio 6 software or the audio control version of it. Pay for the Studio 6. It's way nicer. Yeah. Are you having any issues with ferrules not fitting Stinger zero gauge wire? Not since we switched to their ferrules. What's the best shell mount woofer do you recommend? We were actually just having this conversation before we went live. It really comes down to price, performance, and what you want. I mean, you know, everyone loves the JL flat. My personal favorite is the Comp RTs. They're reasonably priced. They sound great. You know, Rockford makes the P3. They make the T1s. I feel the T1s are a lot better. We haven't had a chance yet to hear this. We're going to play that a little bit later. This is the Arc Audio SW12 with that back inverted magnet thing on the back that looks super cool. So I'm really anxious to get this into a box and hear what that sounds like for sure because, well, it just looks neat. So what is the name of your favorite color handheld RTA right now? Single channel. So right now I'm playing with, it's not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like this. So right now I have the NTI MTF, geez. ML1, and what I like about it is I can hold this, it powers right up, and I'm good to go. So for me, that's pretty cool. And then if I hold it again, it shuts off. But the PAA3, this is the go-to guy here. There is a on-off switch here in the back. Turn that on, and then you press and hold. And then it's gonna pop on. You see it takes a minute. If I flick this, I might have flicked the switch the wrong way. I also just put new batteries in it. And then this is the 3X. This one you have to turn on and walk away from. This one takes a while, so, but I think this is the most expensive one. I mean, once this is on and running, it's super sexy. But we don't have enough time to get that thing rocking and rolling. What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
You talking to me?
Yes.
Oh. Do you know if, I didn't see it on the website, but do you know if Florida is taking a test tomorrow? Oh, you're on the website.
Yeah.
Do you know if Florida has a maneuverability test?
A what?
Maneuverability test.
Maneuverability? What is you mean like manure?
Manure, yeah.
I have no idea. Like a poop test?
No, like maneuver a car.
Maneuverability. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you have to. Yeah. Is it part of the test? Yeah. Anytime you take a driving test. Yes. Okay. Parallel parking.
Okay.
Yeah. So you haven't done that with her yet?
No.
Have fun. Best bet, go find a big open parking lot like the mall.
I got the cones over there.
And go have fun. I thought he said manure test. It's called stage fright, people. As soon as he found out we were on, he was like, yeah. His daughter's going to take her driving test. Samia's going to take her driving test. I know, right? He was asking if they have some form of maneuverability test. And I was like, yes, of course they do. When hooking up blue, white, turn on from output of head unit to an RR and yeah, you have to. If that's the question, Brian. I don't know. Just text me. Can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait to see you guys to switch over to metrics so the rest of the world knows what sizes you guys are using. You know, it's funny. So when I was a kid in grade school back in the 80s, that was a thing. We were actually U.S. was going to switch to the metric system. That was the whole plan. And like we had to learn metrics and we were going to do that. And everything was like, yeah. And then for some reason, it didn't happen. I don't know the story behind it. I'm sure there's probably a Netflix movie on it. But yeah, we never got around to it. It's kind of a bummer.
Okay.
Would it be advised to use car audio speakers as PA speakers with the correct box for DJing? Well, I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, buy loudspeakers. Mm-hmm. So loudspeakers in our world are PA speakers in everyone else's world. So yeah, go for it. So like your Bema and all that type speaker is gonna be that. Your the scars,
PVR.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Yeah, all that good stuff. I know. I pulled those out. I can fit 6x9s in the front door on a 2005 4Runner. Should I put coaxials or component 6x9s or 6x9s? I mean, if you have room for components, do components. Components are always. It's gonna widen your sound. Widen your sound. Jeez, oh man. Widen your sound field and make it a bigger plane of audio. So if you can, yeah, do it. I mean, unless you're just going to mount the tweeter really close to the mid-range, in which case it's not going to do that. But I use the RTA app often and use the Dayton. Yeah, the mic, the Dayton. Mm-hmm. So actually, I bought one of those just to have. Hold on. I know, right? So yeah, you're talking about this guy right here, the little Dayton mic. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it works. It's a good one to use. Sure. And it comes in a cool silver box. I know, right? Is that the older? I don't know. Okay. Cool. Nice to see your videos. Keep going. Oh, of course. Chevy Colorado. All right, what do we got? Chevy Colorado alternator. Any bolt-on applications you've seen?
Oh yeah, definitely looks better.
Check MechMan. MechMan alternators would be where I go for there. Okay, thank you. I have the Stinger ferrules also, but I'm also looking for a zero gauge ferrule with plastic sleeve. Ferrules direct. So if you're looking for that, you want ferrules direct. If you have calipers, you can measure the diameter of your Stinger. So you can measure the diameter of your Stinger, and then when you go to ferrules direct, you actually type in you can order by size and order by length. So once you have those two measurements, you can do that. We stopped stocking. We used to have these. They had little blue ends on them. The problem was the sleeving was too thin to fit into the Stinger, and that's really what the problem is. So we ordered these, which are a 2 gauge, and these sleeve over fine, but then this is way too big. So that's the problem you run into, is that especially with Stinger wires, that they put a lot of rubber on there, and that gets in the way. Now you can just cut 2 little slits into it and they'll slide right over, but...
Alright, so Jonathan say, I got the Lumi and I got the tracks for the DD1. Can you explain 0 dB, 5 dB, 10 dB, and 15 dB?
No, not in the amount of time we have left to do this today. However, a channel that you might want to check out is D'Amore, who's the guy's name on the bottom, Tony D'Amore. He has the Tony D'Amore Institute on YouTube, and he covers that really well. So go over there and check that out first, and if you still are going, what the heck, then yeah, we'll talk about it more. It's just Friday, and that gets way too egg-headed for Friday.
Yeah, but I'm sure you get it as soon as you...
Yeah.
You watch.
But basically the idea of that is... I don't even want to get into it right now. We've talked about it so much. Do you have to get a special charger for an AGM battery? Yes. Can you make some videos about Rockford Fosgate products? We have, and we will. We're waiting right now for the new amplifier, the Primes. We're waiting for them. Eric hopefully is going to get us one before they're released. I'm not putting a lot of faith in that, not because it's his fault, just because it's hard for these manufacturers to sometimes play along.
Yeah.
But yes, as soon as the thing you got to keep in mind, Rockford hasn't had a new 12-volt product in like 3 or 4 years, so there's really nothing for us to talk about. You know, other than when they came out with the P300 truck boxes, which we did talk about. That's it. There hasn't been anything new. There's nothing new.
Correct.
So what are we going to make videos on? I mean, we've talked about the mini T-Series power amplifiers till we're blue in the face. And yeah, I love them. I love them to pieces. You're going to see them in the video that we're doing right now. So the Raptor video that's getting put up, you guys saw part 1 today. You're going to see the rest of them next week after I edit them. They're not edited. Slow down. You know, those amplifiers go in there, and those are great amplifiers, but they legit have not had anything for us to talk about in 3 or 4 years. So that's kind of where we're at on those. And don't get me wrong, I love them and I love their products and I like to talk about stuff, but they're not doing anything. So what's there to talk about? Greg, that's harsh. The Kicker RTA is fun to use so Kicker doesn't actually make an RTA, but they have a how to make your own RTA on their website in the tech question or the education part of it. They tell you how to use a iPhone, a microphone cable, and a app to make one. The reason why I bring this up, and I'm glad you mentioned that, is we're going to shoot a video on that, how to do that. We've been trying to get that video, like we bought all the pieces like a year and a half ago to do it, and we've never done it. But we're going to probably do that. If we have time, we're going to do that next week. I want to get it up. So I say that only because I know you guys will hold me accountable if I don't. But yeah, we're going to show you how to use your phone to make a generic RTA for doing electrical measurements, not acoustic measurements. So there's 2 different types of RTAs. One that can actually measure the signal coming over the wire, which is good when you're integrating into a factory system. And the second one is the microphone, which is audio side, which is when you're on to finally testing to see what everything sounds like. So 2 different styles of RTAs. The microphone kind is typically the cheaper one compared to like the 2 I showed you earlier. Those are all like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Whereas the microphone's $150, or if you get the Dayton's like $30 or something like that.
No, a little bit more, but yeah.
The Dayton? No, it was only like $25.
Really?
Yeah. Hi guys, what is the low volume extreme high after connection of a line output? I don't understand the question.
Hi
What
guys,
is
why is my low volume extremely high after connecting?
Oh,
Why is my low volume? So I mean, like, what is?
sounds like something's turned up too high after connection of a line output inverter. Sounds like you have some gains turned up too high if I was to guess.
I'm thinking like he's asking what is the max volume he can play.
Oh, I have no idea.
Right, you gotta check and on the radio where the stores
Yeah.
radio and
Yeah, so here it is. Hi, why is my low volume extremely high after connection of a high level to low level output converter? What is it hooked up to? So yeah, what is it hooked up to? I mean, do you have your gains? You have the voltage match. Do you have your gains turned up too high? I'm reading it as gains are too high on amp or the LLC. Yeah, that's how I'm reading it too. DM810 or Tweak 88? Personally, I can do more with the DM810 than I can with the Tweak 88. However, I like them both, and for different reasons. I really like the Tweak software. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of I like it. I like it a lot. But I do like the built-in RTAs on the audio control. So there's things about each one of them that I dig. There again, as I've said it a million times, download the software, see which one you like, and go with them. They're both phenomenal pieces, and the likelihood of you getting a bad-sounding system after either one is pretty thin.
why they don't include the microphone with the DSP so you can adjust the system?
Because they don't have RTAs built into the DSP, so you'd have to build a DSP you'd have to build an RTA into your DSP, and that's not anything that they want to do. It's already hard enough just building the things. So, and there again, like if you look at, so as we just said, you have electrical and you have audio RTAs. if you look at something that if you look at a DSP that's capable of DEQing something, meaning you hook it up to a factory radio, play a pink noise, and it DEQs the system. It is looking at the electrical. It has the ability to look at the electrical side and then apply a curve to that to make it flatten it out, fix it as it were. Okay, so technically, yeah, it has an electrical RTA in there, but it does not have the ability to do an audio RTA. When you look at the DM products from Audio Control, they are all built with an electrical RTA built into them. So you could take a DM 608 and hook it up to anything and use it as an electrical RTA with the software. That's why the DM RTA came out, was because they were like, we just built an electrical RTA that we can sell. All we have to add into it is the audio side of it. So we can have electrical and we can have audio, and we'll have a full-on RTA. All those handheld RTAs that I just showed you do both. They have a microphone and they'll do electrical. This guy, the iTest mic, this only does audio. That's why it's only $120, $30. So there again, I understand what you're saying, but then you also have to design in software that can look at the signal and fix it. So like you look at a kicker key, it's a very generic version of what you're suggesting. I don't know, a lot of people wouldn't like that. Some people would, but most people won't. They are going to want to get in there and tweak it. Like, you know, I like the kicker key. I have it in Haley's car. I sit in there. I enjoy it. It's fun. Are there a few things when I'm listening to it that I'd like to tweak? Most definitely. But that's just me. I've played with tons of DSPs, and it's like, there's, the JL MS8. Tried that? Yes, I did. And unlike everyone else that ever used them, I wasn't a fan.
Really?
No, I didn't. And it wasn't the product that I wasn't a fan of. It was just one of those things I didn't like. We didn't gel. You know, there wasn't anything wrong with it. It just, it wasn't me, or it wasn't him. It was me. It was one of those things. But
what's the JBL MSA?
The JL MS8. That's the what we're talking about. That's Andy's baby.
The JBL.
The JBL MS8 is Andy's baby. That was the Mac. That was their DSP before DSPs were a thing.
And now JBL is gonna come out with the same thing again.
No, not the same thing. They're gonna come out with a modern. JBL is gonna come out with a DSP of some kind.
Correct.
And a plastic
box. It's gonna be 6 input, 8 out.
Yeah, 6 to 8, like everyone else's. Whoopity-doo. That's the other thing I like about the Tweak 88 is it's 8 in, 8 out. Or, I mean, an 810 is 8 in, 10 out.
And also the ability to have 2 EQs.
2 EQs displayed at the same time. They all have EQs, but you got to toggle between each one of them. It's kind of like, oh, it's so annoying.
All right,
like Haley.
So Morel Ultra versus Hertz Cento Pro 6.5 components and collab.
Honestly, we haven't heard the Cento Pros yet. So we've got them in, but we haven't done anything with them yet. So I can't really say which one is better. So I'm just gonna, don't know. But we haven't heard them yet. Okay, we have heard them, but we haven't heard them to where we sat in a car for an hour and done critical listening to them. We've heard them, but not enough to be where we can say, yes, is it a good speaker? Is it a loudspeaker? Is it going to be the replacement for the Hertz high energy? Yes. And it has a lot of those characteristics to it, but I haven't heard it enough to be like, yeah, buy this, buy that.
Correct.
But I'm a Morel fan, so, you know, I was going to say Morel. But whatever works for you. Yeah. You know, Morel isn't exactly like crazy, like loud.
You know, it's awesome because Morel is going to come out with a nice stuff this year.
Well, they have nice stuff. They're coming out with nicer stuff.
Yeah.
Just like I said, Tuesday is the best. Wednesday is the new best. Everything is good, then you're here, something better. Oh, right? Dude, trust me, we just went through that. Yes, the reason why we didn't get to go live earlier was because it was, it was that same scenario with a customer that was like, it's like, I don't like this. Okay, so we put something new in. And then it's been 6 months, and it's like, I don't like this. It's like, you've had it for 6 months. What don't you like about it? I don't know. And it's like,
yeah.
What do you think is better?
And it's like, I think that's what I want.
So we're always going to be chasing that next best thing for sure. How hard is it to install a three-way system in a MK5? I don't know. Could be very difficult.
Can be easy.
When you guys do an install video, you know... Okay, hold on. When you guys do your install videos, you now show subflex. How about setting up the SPL meter so we can get an idea? Mainly because our SPL meter doesn't go that high. I think the DMRTA is only accurate up to either 130 or 135 with that microphone. So what's it really going to do? Mm-hmm. And there again, honestly, we only do the subflex for you guys because you guys are like, why don't you show the sub move? I think it's silly. I really do. I think it's silly. I mean, but you guys like it, so we do it. And it's like, it's always the last minute. Like, we're done filming, and then we go, oh, man, we forgot to, all right, start over. All right, let me just film some of this B-roll of the subwoofer bouncing around, and, you know, that's, ooh, yeah, so.
Yeah, it now depends of any car. You know, yeah, it's just, no. So the DSR-1
yes.
fast harness works on a non-amplified round with an 8.4 inch.
I can't get a clear answer. And you're right, you're not going to get a clear answer. But the two products that should work, it should be this guy right here, the DCH3. If it's going to work, this is the product you're going to need. The DCH3 is the harness that's going to connect to it. If you go to the software and you tick all the boxes and everyone answers the same, at the end it's going to spit out the DCH3 is going to be that. Now, if you have the newer vehicle that has the fake engine noise, the ANC, the little amplifier underneath the seat, then you're going to need this guy right here to bypass it. But for the Dodge Ram with 8.4 inch screen, there should be no issue with this, and you're done. And yeah, and then there's the DSR-1. Okay, so we have a question about my favorite DSP. Thoughts on the Dayton DSP?
Fernandez.
I have a customer who wants me to add one to his Harley Davidson aftermarket audio. Run fast. Run as far away from it as possible. Our thoughts on it was it sucked. That was it. That was as far as we got.
On the mini DSP.
No, it says the Dayton DSP.
Oh,
It didn't say mini DSP. Mini DSP, yeah, yes, go for it. Yes. Everything, you know, I haven't had a chance to play with it, but everything I've seen, read, and reviews on it, it's apparently the thing to have for that price point. Is it on my list of things to buy? Yeah, but I just haven't got around to it. So I have to, you know, it's not like they're just throwing it at me, so I got to go buy one.
Right.
And we have so many other DSPs to play with that we haven't, that are here.
That's
so
right.
you know, but stay away from the Dayton. Not a fan. Okay, cool, William. That's awesome. Anyways,
yeah.
Thanks for being honest. I'm not sure which model it is. Yeah, they have a couple. All right, guys, listen, that's it for today. We want to get out of here. It's Friday. We know you guys want to get on with the rest of your evening. Go have fun. Tomorrow night's Saturday, which means we're going to do our live show on YouTube where you get to answer a bunch more fun questions and have a good time.
Yeah, that's right.
You need a nappy poo?
I need a nap.
All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. It's past our bedtime. Apparently,
Yes.
Fernando needs a nap. So you guys have a wonderful evening as always. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.